Okay, so you guys in this adventure, you'll be playing goblins. As it's already mentioned by Jacqrieta, these are not your average heroes. These are not heroes at all. Goblins are big-headed, mean, love fire, love destruction, love eating things. They're generally the guys you're fighting against, and now you're playing them. Now, where this basically starts is goblins have a unique way of raising their kids because they're basically born with a mouthful of teeth already and vicious as you can be. So basically, they place them in nurseries or whelp pens, as they're called. So basically, just after birth, they're thrown into a cage, and then you're left to fend for yourself. They feed you like food once or twice a day. There is water coming past. You have to basically fend for yourself. Accidents occurred, death occurred. Hey, it happens. They're trying to weed out the weaklings and try and let the other ones work out their aggression. So by the time they let them out, between ages 4 and 5, they're almost adults and they're more likely to be calmed down and learnt a few lessons and done a few things. So keep in mind, you've literally been living in this pen for the last 4 to 5 years. All that you've got is what you managed to scrounge. The pens are basically, I'll describe what the pens look like later. This is basically what you've been doing. Now, you are part of the Licktoad tribe. This is a very specific tribe. It is near the human town, excuse me, of Sandpoint. It's in a marsh. They're in the Brimstone Marsh, and they like to think they've dominated the area through fear and savagery, but pretty much it's been luck and not real competition as for anything else. So you have basically been spending this time. I'm going to actually read it to you. Here, the subject, here we go. Sorry. Get back in here. As with every goblin tribe, each year a new crop of baby goblins comes of age. Among the Licktoads, dangerously hungry and mindless as infants, goblin babies spend their first years in a whelping cage. Here you are subject to the rule of survival. Those who want to grow up to join the tribe must dominate, overwhelm, and in many cases eat the weaker goblins they're growing up with. Eventually, the survivors mature into young adults, and the goblin tribe, as any goblin tribe can appreciate. Every goblin hails from his humble origins, and even chieftains like Gutwad and Rip Nuggets, and soon-to-be legend goblins like Chuffy, Mogmurch, Poog, Ghorg, and Reta. Now, what happens is you are given, every goblin puts a batch of tests in front of you to test you one last time to become a fully fledged member of the tribe. That's basically what it is. Cool, cool. Ghorg, awesome, awesome. So basically, that is what it's about. As you can see on the map, basically, you're very close to Sandpoint. Well, close enough. You're in the Brine Stump March. The Licktoad village is there on the river. And the Cave of Dark Fear you've heard of, but that's pretty much where you're going to be going to. That is where your mission will take you today. Now, in the village, you guys are in the whelping pens. You can see it on the right-hand side. And pretty much because you've been there for the last 4 to 5 years, this is all you've really seen. You can see the pond. You've been able to see the massive household of your chieftain. There's basically 5 cages here. It was basically a piece of the village that had collapsed. And they've put up metal pens and wooden slabs and hooks on them so you can't get out. There's basically 5 pens. You are all situated in the 4th pen. There's mud around you. Like I said, they feed you once, maybe twice a day. Anything you've got, you've been able to scrounge out, steal from people walking past, or scrummage around in the dirt. It looks like wherever this place that was destroyed, where you guys are now in the whelping pens, it seems to have burnt down as well. There's ash, there's mud, there's a bunch of stuff in the mud. So it's probably a storehouse because there's bags and all kinds of funky stuff you can find in there. You've been basically building it up, preying on the other goblins where you can, doing what you can to get through this. It's not a very big village. There's 15, 20 goblins in here. In the pen itself, there's U5 plus 3 other goblins. So for that year, there's the 8 of you that were left in there. And it is your lucky day today. Today is the day that you get out of the whelping pins. So right now, all you see in front of you again is you can basically just see around you all you've been able to see for the last 4 to 5 years. You've seen the next to you the other whelplings as they've been growing up. You've even stolen from them, beaten them up, whatever you got a chance to do. Do you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Fire, burning bright. Fire in the night. Fire makes things right. What are you looking at? You looking at Ghorg, funny? Ghorg will burn you.
We have Ghorg. Anyone else?
I'm Poog.
Go ahead, Poog.
Hello.
Okay. Now, there are a few goblin gods. Now, this tribe tends to worship the hero god Zarongel, the dog killer. As I said, goblins are deadly afraid of dogs and horses. They claim because if you're killed by a dog or a horse, they steal your soul. But humans that have looked back kind of figure out it's because when goblins are younger, the things most likely to kill them would be a hunting dog or a horse. That is why they have this deathly fear of them, want to kill them at every opportunity they get. Excuse me, they have this absolute fascination with fire and burning things. One other quick thing, there we go. Also, like I mentioned previously, goblins have intense fear of writing. Again, they believe it steals your soul. So you need to keep that in mind as well. Even just looking at writing or seeing someone write can actually drive goblins into a rage. So what happens is you're all standing there looking at in your cage, bustling around, knocking around. And what happens then, one of the other goblins who's bigger than the rest of you, and he's taken on the name of Kettlehead because he managed to steal a kettle from someone and he puts it on this massive helmet. And he goes past and kind of knocks you all out of the way and goes, "Me be king of this. We quickly get fixed. Me be chieftain." Anything want to say anything?
Reta, Bigbad would ask, are you the scariest thing around?
Reta wants to die.
He just kind of looks at you, excuse me, and says, "Have you seen anything scarier than me?" And just then the other two come running up, the other two goblins in the that are in here with you. Their names are Renpi and Gulkik. And they come running up to him and they kind of bow down to him and say, "You the scariest, you be the scariest, you be the scariest, we're not worthy, we're not worthy." And he just kind of smiles and leans back and folds his arms across his chest and puffs out his chest a bit.
I think Rita would say, my butt nuggets last week were more intimidating than your face.
He starts growling.
Whoa.
And as he does start growling, you see an older goblin comes stomping towards you. It's a female goblin. She's a bit heavy of build, slightly, let's say, slightly chubby, with an oldish face. She looks a bit older than you. And she comes with a bucket in her one hand and comes towards you. and she puts the bucket down, which is something you've never seen before. She always just chucks the bucket in. It's usually got like fish heads in it or old rotten veggies or something like that. You guys are lucky. Occasionally you can grab a chicken that runs past and quickly eat that. Unfortunately, you don't have much fire to cook it on, but you can eat that. But today she puts it down and she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a key. And she kind of eyeballs you all and says, "Get back from the cages, all of you. I won't ask again." What do you do?
Mogmurch is going to cover up his birthmark and step back a bit and just be very grateful that Rempty is not chewing on his ear right now.
I think Rita would. The cages, what are they made out of? Do we know?
Steel, little like spears, steel pipes, wood with spikes on it so you can't climb them.
Okay,
Pretty
so
much.
they can hold a rhythm, right? So I
Yep.
think she'd take her club and she'd make like a sick beat with and start singing her song,
Cool.
which is basically that she chops, bites, slays, fights, stabs and smites, and kills it all just right. And she'll just start going at it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Anyone else?
I think Poog will also just take a bit of a step back, just away. I don't know where we're standing around.
You
The
guys are
lady.
standing pretty much. You're kind of standing in the middle of the cage, of the pen. Let's call it a pen. Let's be nice and call it a pen. In the middle of the pen,
The
you will
crib.
have the crib. The crib. And
Not
then
in like a cool way, not like, hey homies,
No.
this is my crib. This is like
and then basically standing just a little bit in front of the door, kind of facing you with the back to the door, would be Kettlehead and his two little chummies. And then she's standing basically at the gate, but far enough away that no one can reach out and grab her. She's not stupid. She's gotten a bit old. She's learned a thing or two. She's fed you guys a few times, so she does know that she doesn't get anywhere near grabbing range of you. And these aren't small. I mean, these are pretty big. I mean, if you look at the actual, let me go back to the actual thing. If you actually look at the drawing of it, I mean, this thing's like 40, 50 feet. So you're in quite a big area. So there's plenty of space to actually move around in here.
How far is Chuffy from Rita?
Chuffy, all of you guys are kind of standing almost more in a group. Chuffy is pretty much, you're all kind of in reaching distance of each other, unless one of you wants to tell me that you're not.
Because Rita wants to take an elbow to Chuffy's side and nudge towards the key with her eyes.
Okay.
So that he can catch the hint.
Okay, Chuffy, make a perception check.
How are we gonna roll actually?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys don't have dice. I forgot about that. You're gonna have to go into the you have to log into Thingamagooch. I forgot about that. That's the one thing I did forget about.
Avery, right? We're gonna do Avery.
And then with that RD20, you can add the plus if you have a plus on perception, or a minus, depending
There we
on if it's a plus or a minus. And the D20 you can replace with a D6, or whatever the dice size would be.
Okay, we did that way then. I forgot about that.
Okay, so I have no plus on it.
You
11.
need Chuffy.
Yeah, Chuffy, yeah.
He has +5 perception, by the way.
It says perception +0 on my
Yeah, man.
sheet.
Wat is dit ek dan nie oor?
Cool. Look,
Okay, nee, dis reg, sorry.
you notice? Okay, you notice her making gestures, and you kind of got an idea she wants you to do something with this woman that usually feeds you, with this woman, with this goblin that usually feeds you, but you're not quite sure what exactly she's got in mind. You have an idea she wants you to do something with her, but what exactly, you're not quite 100% sure of what that is.
Okay. With that, Chuffy's gonna kind of like hupple closer to her. And do we have any? We don't have like weapons or anything, eh?
On your, if you're going to go to, you've got like clubs, daggers, rocks. Whatever you've got on your sheet is what you have. And let me check you. I'll check you quickly. I've got you in front of me, Chuffy. You have a dart and a sharpened rock that you use as an improvised dagger, as well as a bottle of pimple squeezings, which you use as oil, cicada shells used for counting calories, and a juicy earthworm for eating later.
Okay. Chuffy's gonna take out the sharp rock, gonna hupple to this lady, and he's gonna say something like, stick, play.
Okay, there we go. She's just going to eyeball you. She'll take out one of the fish heads out of the bucket and actually throws it at your head and says, "Step back. I won't tell you again."
So
And
with that,
at that happening, Caedyn and all his buddies just basically start hosing at you, start laughing, rolling on the floor, like hosing themselves at you.
so Mogmurch can throw anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a lot of debris and stuff around, correct? Like little sticks and whatever.
Yeah.
So Mogmurch is going to pick one up and chuck it as hard as he can towards the puddle and say, "Look, big fish," to try and distract the woman that's trying to unlock the cage.
He kind of looks at me and goes, "You think this is the first time I've done this? This is your last time. You're getting too big for the cages. Step back. You're not lick toads yet. Lick toads have got to be useful. Lick toads have got to be tough. Lick toads have got to earn their place on the tribe. You have not done that yet. I might let you take a step back. This is the last time I'm going to say this. Do we understand each other?" And she picks up a really, really big looking stone and kind of just taps it on her hand, on her other hand.
Okay, then how do we earn it?
Ah, a clever one. That's a good question. Step back, and you can earn your place in the Licktoad tribe. I will let you out, and you can show us where you belong, even if that's in the boneyard or in our stomachs.
Reta takes 3 steps back.
Mogmurch is going to point at Kettle Head and say, "At least he's dressed for that occasion already," and then step back.
The lady just kind of glares at you, and she steps forward and kind of unlocks the gate and throws it up, and then takes a step back and then throws in the fish heads in the entryway where you guys are basically going to have to get them. What are you going to do?
I think Poog's gonna maybe take a few steps forward, very, very cautiously and very slowly, and reach for the fish to kind of see what she's gonna do, if we're allowed to take it, if we can skedaddle out of here.
As you do that, Kettlehead comes stomping past, slaps your hand out of the way, and grabs like a whole handful of the fish heads and starts chowing on them as he walks out. And his two little buddies quickly come running after him, giggling as they go. Loptop, that's the name of the woman that just let you out, just kind of stares at them as they go past and looks back at you guys and says, It's time to get your badges. Eat your fill and meet me at the corral. Now, unfortunately for you, have no idea what the hell that means. You guys have never been outside the page, outside of the whelping pens. You've only seen this little bit around you. And she just kind of struts away as if you know exactly what she's talking about.
Oh, this is
So-
fun.
Mogmurch is gonna walk up and eat some of the fish heads, and then still keep with them because he'd like to experiment to see if they are explosive or not.
Okay. Just add it to your, I'll add it to your thing. Fish heads, I'll add it to your list. Okay. Fish heads, add it to your list. And the rest of you?
Or will also grab a few heads to eat and just pocket whatever he doesn't finish from whatever how many we can take.
Yeah, there's enough left there for, let's call it 3 fish heads for each of you.
Sounds good.
Pretty much a fish head, pretty much a fish head with a little bit of meat on it, and then basically the skeleton and the tail. Everything else is pretty much gone because they pretty much ate it already.
Cool.
Okay, as you kind of venture out and look around, you notice all these buildings, and it's the most amazing thing, the biggest thing you've ever seen outside the Whelping Pens. I mean, there's all these buildings and these walkways, and it just looks so big. And as you're walking forward on your right-hand side, the lake is just huge. The pond, I suppose, more than the lake. You've never seen anything that you never realized was that big from where you were before. You kind of come to the realization that kind of miss it a bit. You're going to be moved out of the safety of your pen now out into the big open world. But that does mean any babies born from now on are going to be put into that pen because each pen is basically for 1 year's worth of babies. So as you turn around, you see the kind of the one next to you has got the younger ones, which you knew, and the one on the far left, which you didn't know before, has kind of got some younger whelpings, and you see them all fighting and gnawing on the bars, and you kind of think, we were never like that, were we? And when you kind of think back, you kind of think you were probably even worse. Never mind, just like that. And if you keep going forward, you come around the corner and you see these in the buildings. There's some goblins walking up and down, kind of where it says guard post. The one on the right hand side, you see guards walking up and down. It's just like overwhelmed. Like, wow, it's all these goblins everywhere, and there's this big circular thing in the middle with like a fence around it, like a fence made of straw and wood. And behind it, there's this big, like you've never seen. It looks almost as big as the chief's rooms that you see wandering out every morning. Where do you want to go? And you see Kettlehead and his buddies are basically sitting by the pond, and you see excuse me, Loptop walking towards the big circular wall that's kind of in the middle there.
But Rita would make her way over there as soon as her little legs can carry her
Over where?
to the corral. So where laptop
To the
is.
circular wall place, okay?
Yes.
The rest of you?
I think Ghorg will
Mogmurch,
just follow.
yeah, Mogmurch is also gonna
You
follow.
muted,
just say,
John.
like, fish lady say follow, right?
Kind of pats you on the head as you go past. You learn fast. That will serve you well.
Chuffy's just gonna kind of follow everyone else, but with his arms stretched out, still holding the sharpened rock
Cool.
out towards his hands, kind of laughing and not dancing, but hippling along behind them. Just start saying, "Hee hee hee, play."
And she looks at you and goes, you keep your guard up. I like this batch. This batch might still survive.
Foreshadowing a TPK here.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling that too.
Basically, what they're going to do is, once you all get there, she kind of just eyeballs kettle head and starts calling him over. And he's obviously his two little buddies, his two lackeys. Sorry, guys, my voice seems to be going. Remke and Kulgik come running across as well. But he just kind of stands there and struts over really slowly, just eyeballing her as he goes. And she kind of looks at him and says, You go see Slorb. Slorb in far hat at back. Him want see you. And as these two lackeys kind of turn around to try and follow him, she goes, Not you. You come here. And she basically arranges all of you, tells you all to sit down with your backs to the corral. Your backs up against the fence so you can't see what's happening, but you can hear what's happening inside. And she first of all calls up Rempty and says, You go first. And kind of grabs him by the scruff of his neck and throws him into the corral and closes the door. And you guys can't see anything, but you can hear some like scurrying and rustling, and then you hear like a scream, and she just laughs like, and he comes running out, like touching his shoulder, and she just like kicks him in his backside as he goes running away. And then she goes, turns the goal kick and says, You're next. And kicks him in there as well.
Rempty is a girl, by the way. Just
Her,
saying.
my bad. Her, my bad. And
She can identify as anything, though.
and again, you hear like a scurrying and a shuffling, and this time you don't hear any screaming. And goes silent for a while. And then, as you hear, Gullkick comes skipping out. I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it! And obviously, Remty just gives him like a dirty look, still clutching at her shoulder where there's like blood trickling out. And then she looks at you, the rest of you, and she goes, You've shown some promise. Who goes next? You can choose who's going to be first to face the challenge.
I'll go.
Okay, cool. So she opens the door for you and steps back. As you step into the corral, inside is a big ass spider. It is this dark scarlet, as you can see, it's like a scarlet color. It's sitting in the middle, just eyeballing you, scurrying backwards and forwards. And if you turn around and look behind you, see, as she closes the door, there's a bunch of ropes on the door with a little knot tied in it. It almost looks like a lasso or a leash.
Hey, I'm just glad Alpha's not here. I can't make fire. Let me see. That's all I remember from the last thing is we need fire.
Why it didn't work the last time?
Because we rolled like our asses, but I don't want to throw this thing with something.
Somewhere in a very far distant land, Alpha von Liechtenstein feels a tingle run down his spine.
Almost like the Spider-Man spider. Just
Yeah,
clear.
that's kind of look like it. And as you're kind of sitting there, and the kind of spider's kind of wiggling backwards and forwards, just eyeballing you.
If one of us wants to intervene stealthily, how would we do that?
Make a stealth check.
Just asking.
Make a stealth check. 'Cause
Okay.
remember, Loptop's kind of looking through the doorway, watching what's happening.
Because I can ignite a flammable object and I see spider webs.
It wouldn't be really within your reach. They're more towards the middle.
Sorry, I was thinking of helping some people.
No, it's good. Guys, remember, like
About
I said,
25
if you check at the door, there's a bunch of ropes that look like lassos or nooses.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm go full rodeo with the spider.
Okay, so you grab one of these, you figure out what you're supposed to do. You grab one of these, and the spider kind of turns and faces you and kind of like does a little dance from left to right, like scuttling backwards and forwards. Again, the spider's probably just bigger than your head. So it's about a third of your body size. It's not a massive spider like we had previously. It's a smaller one, but it's a big spider, big ass spider. And it kind of just looks at you. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess it's on like Donkey Kong. I'm gonna try and lasso the spider. Is it is definitely bigger than me, right? So
No, it's not. It's about
not,
this.
not bigger, like
It's about 1.5 times the size of your head.
I've got a very big head, so
That's why I said your head.
yeah, my balloon head.
That's specifically why I mentioned your head.
Yeah, it's fun. Let me try. What check do I need to roll?
Please roll.
If
a
one of
die
us wants to watch, it's also a stealth roll, correct?
to try and see. No, it's going to be very difficult. You've got your back to the wall, but you can try. I will allow it. It's a die. Please roll a die 20 plus your dexterity modifier. I love that one. Guys, so yeah, I've been looking at the chat. That's pretty cool. You got an 18, is that correct?
No, that's my stealth roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Sorry. Okay, you do manage to kind of have a peek under there. And you can just see just through the bottom, because there's a little gap at the bottom, you can see like the legs scuttling around. And yeah, both of you can see kind of the legs scuttling around, and you can see this rope that comes past, flops on the ground. And with that roll missing, the spider just totally storms you. It comes sprinting right at you.
Can I
Let's
dodge?
There we go. And there's a die 20, if I remember correctly. For Pete's sake, let's try that again.
Just copy what Jacques pinned. It's that.
Okay. I'll just copy and paste. Control C. There we go. Ooh.
Eesh.
Definitely hits.
Yep. As you try to dodge, you don't quite make it. The spider gives you a firm bite to the leg. Please take 1 point of damage. And then please make a fortitude roll. You check on your thing. Let me check your fortitude. It's a die 20 plus, let me check with your fortitude, plus 3. Please make a die 20 plus 3 roll. And you guys that are looking under the thing suddenly see these legs come running, and it kind of does a little hop, and you see Reta go down, and 2 pincers go into her leg as she screams in pain. Ouch. and takes 1 extra point. Please, no, I'll do it. Sorry, guys, I've got the character sheets. I apologize. That's -1 to your strength as well. Sorry, guys, I've got your
I
stuff.
want to become Spider Goblin. I object.
Okay, so try that again. Yes, I know that. Sorry, things just give me no. Okay. Sorry, guys. This Excel's giving me hassles now. Excel's telling me, no, you can't do that. Yes, I can. I can deduct 1 strength without you flipping. Okay, right. Excuse me. So with that, Laptop again lets out a giggle and slaps her thigh and opens the gate and says, "Get out of here!"
Can I not try to smash it? Let me try again.
And she goes, "No, you got a spider bite to the leg. I kind of think. Okay, you want to go again? Do you want to go again?
I die.
Well, you've
I
got.
want
You've
to.
taken,
I want to beat the spider. I want to beat him with my club. Then.
you don't have your club.
Don't have my club.
No.
I thought I've got it on
You've
my.
got, but when you went in with nothing. You left your stuff at the door. I apologize. My bad.
Oh,
You
I'm
check your
sorry.
stuff at the door.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
No, my bad. I forgot to mention that. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go again? You can certainly try.
Mine are also just bad, but I mean I've had worse before. So let me just try. If anything, I will be food for my teammates coming up. So let me just. They can take me as takeaways. Okay.
Go ahead. Ooh, that's a better roll. With the spider kind of, it's just bitten you on the leg, you kind of get up and stumble back and take another, pull up the lasso and take another throw, and you just miss it. It kind of just skips over its head. And as it kind of gets over the spider's head, the spider kind of pulls its head back again and just turns and eyeballs you and starts kind of weaving from side to side. Doesn't do anything just yet. What do you want to do?
Can I try to feed the spider?
What do you want to feed it?
I've got a very, very big beetle. It's
Where?
huge. It's almost the size of an apple.
Where?
Yeah,
Where's your beetle?
I've got them in my pockets. I was told I always carry
Okay.
insects in my pockets
Okay.
that I can.
No. Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
So
What are you going to do with your beetle?
I'm gonna offer it to the spider.
Like throw it, hold it out. What? Explain to me what you're doing.
I'm gonna attach the lasso to the lasso to the beetle. It's the beetle is almost the size of an apple.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna throw it in the area of the spider, and use that to try and get the spider. I've got how many? 2 lassos. How many lassos do I have? 2,
You
right?
can take as many as you like. There's a whole row full of them on the door.
I'll use one with the apple as like bait, and another one to lasso it. I'm gonna catch a spider.
The spider kind of looks at the beetle and looks at you, and then backs away slowly. And Laptop says, "Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Get out of there. Good show, but not today. Next, please." And just kind of waves her arm.
Okay.
obviously you guys would, okay, besides the two that kind of looked and have got kind of a rough idea of what's going on here. The rest of you do not.
Okay, so Rita just walks back.
Limps back.
Yeah, limps back. Yeah, and her bottom lip is swollen, like very, very much. She's very PO'd. She's not happy.
Next.
Before somebody goes,
Hmm.
I see here.
Hmm.
Sorry, I just want to double check.
Of course.
Cure light wounds at will. Does that that's on Poog's character sheet? Can I what does that imply? Light wounds.
On Poogs.
Yeah, it says under adept spells prepared.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So what that means is you can cure light wounds anytime you like. You can cast the spell. You have to touch someone to do it.
Okay. What
But
is
you can only use it
considered
once
light
a day.
Oh,
Remember, it says Cure Light Wounds is a first level spell. The Naught at Will is your cantrip. Those are spells you can cast as many times as you like a day. But Cure Light Wounds, you can only use once a day.
okay. Lovely.
So you can use Burning Hands and Cure Light Wounds. You can use each of those once a day. Although you can also replace your Burning Hands with the Cure Light Wounds to use that twice a day, but then you lose Burning Hands.
Okay. Got you. What is considered a light wound exactly?
1d4.
Okay. All right. Can you use it on yourself or?
Yeah. By all means.
Did Rita?
I'm not gonna go back to the laying hands on jerks.
Did Rita sign an NDA when she went into this place where the spider
No,
is?
not at
Or
all.
can
Not at
she
all.
tell the rest of them that there is a gigantic big ass spider with big fangs?
She is welcome to, but go ahead.
Okay, well I tell that to the team. Be warned, it hurts like a mother.
And while you're talking, Laptop starts tapping her foot like, do I need to call a volunteer again or do I grab one of you? You're working on my last nerve.
Poog will go.
Poog.
Mm.
Alrighty. Poog, as you step in again, slams the door behind you, slams the door closed behind you. And if you look at the door, there's a bunch of like lassos or ropes with a thing tied in them. And the spider, as it sees you come in, kind of turns, because it was backing away, kind of looks at you again and kind of wiggles its abdomen, like almost like this is a new game that it's really starting to enjoy now. And it kind of takes a step towards you.
Lovely. I jumped into this not having a plan of attack. Can I detect magic? It says here detect magic, guidance, and touch of fatigue. I can cast that at any point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me detect magic.
There is nothing magical anywhere around here.
Lovely.
You send out your vibes and it just deathly silence. Nothing. Like it's like absolute void around you. Like anti-magic almost. It's so quiet.
That's rather unfortunate. What is guidance? Sorry, I haven't seen that before.
No.
Touch of fatigue.
Okay, touch of fatigue would make whatever you touch, it would make it tired. You need to make a touch with it. And guidance would basically be in the woods or somewhere to actually give you an idea of where to go.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, I think I'm going to start.
And again, sorry guys, which I did mention, as you go in, obviously takes your weapons and all that from you. You basically just whatever you're carrying, literally in your pockets is all that you get to go in with. Sorry, I forgot to mention that again.
That's what guidance
Can I?
does, by the way. Just gonna post that there.
Thank
But it
you.
gives you a +1 bonus on a single attack,
check.
saving throw, or skill check.
Yep, there we go. Thank you very much.
Can I then, if we put that fish in our pockets, can I take? Do I still have that on me, or was that taken as well?
As long as it's not a weapon, your stones, your clubs, your darts,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff was taken for you. Anything that could be used as a weapon. They don't want you to kill the spider.
They do want us to.
They do not want you to kill the spider.
They need to go catch a new one.
Pretty much. But I mean, some other idiot has to go and catch a spider again.
I'd like to grab one of the ropes behind me, those lassos.
Mhm.
And then I would like to take one of the fish things, like the fish heads out of my pocket, and I'd love to throw that in the middle between me and the spider. A little bit close to the spider, just to kind of see if he'll take to it or not.
Again, the spider just kind of circles around it as it's kind of circling around where the where you've thrown the fish head. You realize it's also circling around you. It makes it like keep doing noise and kind of taps its mandibles together and then takes a step towards you.
I'd like to give another fish as an offering to the spider to see a little bit closer to me now than the last thrown fish. See if it'll bring it a little bit closer.
It'll take a step towards the other where the previous fish was, and it just kind of kicks it aside with its front leg and takes another step closer to you.
How close am I to this thing
now? It's just literally about an arm and a half length away from you, and it's kind of leaning forward.
I'm so
and kind of titching its mandibles together and it's leaning forward towards you. Having a whale of a time.
Good. So this thing is like very close to me.
Yep.
Good. I would like to, as quickly as possible, reach my hand out and touch it and use Touch of Fatigue.
Roll a die 20 for me, please. Plus, let me get your modifier for you quickly. Poog, ne?
Yes.
Dum, dum, dum. Let me check your stuff. Die 20 plus 2, please.
Okay.
So it's.
Hope I've done that right. No? Yes? Oh.
Each. Okay.
What is the 2 there, plus 2?
That's for your dexterity modifier.
The first 2 in brackets is what you rolled on the die 20.
So you rolled a 2, and then you got plus 2 with your
because my dexterity is 14.
Yeah, which gives you plus 2.
Oh, okay. I see.
10 to 12 is normal. 13 is plus 1. 14 is plus 2, so on and so forth.
Okay, I see. That's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, we can't even change the color of these dice.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Ooh. as you reach out and you kind of miss, the spider takes a lunge at you and misses as well, and kind of hisses and starts creeping backwards. Now a little bit wary that you try to grab it. What would you like to do?
I would like to try again. I would like to. I don't know. Maybe I should just go full How to Train Your Dragon here and just like drop everything and try and befriend it. That's the point I'm at. I think I'm going to take the banana out of my pocket because that's the last thing I think I have. Half a banana out of my pocket. And
Not a very ripe banana, just a bit overripe banana, just putting it out there.
it's fine. I mean, maybe it's not that fussy. I'm gonna offer that to it as well, but I'm gonna keep it in my hand and like kind of like wave it in front of its face. See if it comes closer or anything. In my other hand, like I've kind of put the what is it, the lasso
No, cool.
thing, whatever it is, down the rope.
The spider lunges at you again, but misses again, and then scurries back again, kind of sitting in the way out of you. He's sitting kind of in the middle of the corral now, just kind of watching you.
Damn, I'm trying to like. Okay, next plan. I would like to try and run up. So throw the banana past this thing, like behind it.
Okay.
And if it turns around or looks a little bit, I'd like to get a little bit closer to it, pick up a handful of dirt, and as it looks back, throw that in its eyes. I'm sure I've got to roll quite a few things with this, but this is like the game plans.
Okay. I'll allow it. Okay. All you
And
need
then
to...
while it, sorry,
Go ahead.
while
Sorry.
it's not looking, try and get the rope around its neck.
I like your style. Okay. Let's start off. First thing you need to do is roll a dexterity. So it's die 20 plus 2, please, for throwing the dirt. I mean, for throwing the banana to land it behind it. Sorry. Let's start there. Okay. So you throw the banana, it makes a large arc and it lands behind it, and the spider kind of turns its head towards it. Now, please make... what do you put this under? Athletics? I don't know if you guys have got athletics on your sheet. These are more basic sheets.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Roll me a die 20. Please, just a straight up die 20. Ooh. You make your effort at running, but you slip and you slide and you kind of rolling all over the place. And as you're kind of stumbling, the spider quickly turns around and looks back at you and hisses at you again. You do manage to stop yourself from falling, but barely. And in the stumbling and trying to balance yourself out, you do drop the lasso.
Damn.
What do you want to do now?
I'm gonna have to just.
And you hear a snickling from the door, by the way, as you're doing this, that Laptop is just finds this hell of an amusing.
I did.
Lasso lopped up in there. Lasso lopped up and throw
Yo.
it at the spider.
I'm tempted. Okay, well, he's gonna just start, he's gonna pick himself up and dust himself off,
You could change it to a
How
she if you would like. I'm quite happy with you guys changing genders, just by the way. It's up to you.
We'll see
No
where it
biggie.
goes. For now,
Yeah, cool.
it's an it.
It's an it.
We'll
Okay,
just,
cool.
yeah, we'll see. I don't mind him being a boy. Poog
Okay.
sounds, I don't know.
Cool.
We're gonna. How far is the rope?
It's literally right next to you. You basically just stumbled, and as you stumbled, you dropped it. It's literally at your feet. But I mean, the spider from you now, because of your whole stumble and because it moved away, is kind of at the maximum reach. So you'd have to really toss that the lasso to get it around the spider, if that's what you were planning to do.
Okay, can I move forward? This isn't gonna like allow attack of
No,
opportunity
no,
or
no, no, no. You have
anything
to be
while I move forward.
physically in combat or something with them, or move
Yeah.
past them. So no, 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 nothing like that.
Come on, Poogie, you can do this.
Poogie. I'd like to then move forward. At least just halfway between what the distance was, so not too close,
Mm-hmm.
but like not right in front of it.
Mhm.
And then I think just throw the dirt in his eyes again. Try that, and then
Give me
we'll
give me an attack roll again. It's a die 20 plus 2, please. Okay. You throw it, and the sand does kind of hit the spider in the face, and it kind of just wiggles and then runs backwards up until it's back up against the side of the issue of the corral. It's kind of just shaking its head, taking its feelers and its legs and trying to wiping its face.
Okay, while it is doing that, I want to try and toss the rope around its head.
Please roll me. Let's check if I'm still right. Poog. Yeah, a die 20 plus 2, please. You throw it, and it misses. The spider kind of shakes itself off now and looks at you again. And Loptop stops her laughing and opens again and says, "That's enough. That's enough. I can't take this anymore. Sorry, I can't take this anymore. That's that's enough. Please, next, please, next, please. You're out of there. Oh man, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time."
Damn it. Alright, well, then Poog's just gonna
Like,
walk out.
like arms, like shoulders all hanging, like damn, kind
Yeah.
of march out of there.
Just mumbling curse words to himself under his breath, flipping off the spider as he leaves.
Who's next?
Mogmurch is gonna step up and say, okay, my turn, right?
Thing just kind of waves you in. Loptop kind of waves you in, and then she just shakes his. I love these days. I love these days. Makes it all worth it. Kind of slams the door behind you again. There's again, guys. There's plenty. There's a whole bunch of lassos or kind of ropes there. And it's your turn.
Okay, so I can use knowledge in nature to try and discern, like, maybe the movements of the spider.
Make me a check.
No.
Not
Doesn't
even
work.
vaguely.
Okay, so option B then. Mogmurch is gonna take off one of the lassos and then place it on the ground
Okay.
close to himself.
Okay.
Okay? And then he's gonna keep the rope in his hand and he's gonna act like he's not really too focused on the spider. So trying to provoke it to try and attack him.
Okay. Let me get into your Mogmurch, ne?
Yeah.
Give me a die 20, please. Okay, thank you. The spider was kind of standing near the edge of the corral, kind of wiping himself. And it kind of, you said, kind of slowly start edging towards you, kind of, again, kind of circling around you, watching you the whole time. Not getting close enough to the step into the lasso you put on the ground, but it is kind of still approaching you. It's not really wagging its abdomen anymore. It's kind of, this is not so much of a fun game anymore. It was, and then things started getting aggressive, so now it's not so happy anymore. But it'll kind of start stalking towards you again.
Okay, so Mogmurch is gonna use his other hand to throw anything and just throw the lasso like in the direction of the spider. So I can make a roll to try and catch it, but it's not specifically aimed to try and catch the spider. It's to provoke it closer.
No, I get you. Go ahead. Make your roll, please. And die 20 plus 2 as well.
Correct.
Isn't it
Did you
plus
catch
3
it while
if
trying not to
I
catch it?
throw anything?
Hmm?
I have throw anything, so that gets a +1 bonus.
Yeah. So plus 4, plus 3. Sorry, man. So you're throwing this at the spider, am I correct? Or you weren't really throwing it at the spider?
Well, it's directed at the spider.
So you throw it and it catches around 2 of the spider's legs. And the spider kind of pulls back on its legs.
Okay, so with that, Mogmurch is gonna try and pull it closer, or at least pull the lasso tighter so it can't escape from it, and then try and catch all of its legs.
Okay. Please make me, again, a die 20 plus 2.
+2 this time.
Yeah, plus 2. Yeah. Plus 2, please. And please make me a strength roll. Yeesh. Die 20. I think I should use die 20 minus, what are you, 7? Minus 1. Oof. You managed to pull it tight, but you can't pull it any closer. It's pulling back. Even though it's tight around those 2 legs, you're kind of at a stalemate. You're trying to pull, and the spider's pulling back, and it's just pulling the line taut. But it's not really going. Neither of you winning this tug of war. You're just tug of warring backwards and forwards.
Okay, so Mogmurch is gonna drop that one and throw another lasso to try and get more legs caught up.
Okay, go ahead and roll me again a die 20 plus 2, please. Nice one. You throw this one and it catches the spider squarely across the abdomen, right where the abdomen and the thorax meet, and it pulls it tight. Spider kind of jumps and gets such a fight it actually like freezes for a second.
Okay, so when it's frozen, Mogmurch is gonna take both the ropes and pull both of them to try and get the spider closer.
Okay. I'll allow it. The spider's still kind of stunned, so you manage to pull it closer, and it just kind of, its legs are stiff, but it's not really pulling anymore, so you manage to pull it closer to yourself.
So Mogmurch is gonna just scream out like, "Is that the challenge?" Mogmurch did good.
And Logtug will open the gate and said, "Good job. Nicely done. That's how you do it, people." And she hands you a piece of scrap with a horrible drawing of a spider on it, and gives it to you. You can mark it on your sheet. I'll mark it on your sheet that you got a boon. And she kind of waves you out, and she kind of walks in and kind of very, very carefully unties the spider. go. And
So, quick question. The
yeah.
gate's still open with her inside, right?
No, she would have closed the gate. No, it wouldn't have, she wouldn't have left the gate open.
Damn it.
So you guys can kind of, as you walk out, kind of, do you want to do anything?
Mogmurch is going to sing his song as he walks out, very triumphantly.
Oh, cool. Wait a little while and then Laptop walks back out again and she points at the last two of you. She goes, "Who's next?" Pointing at Chuffy and Ghorg.
Ghorg will stand up and say, Ghorg not smart, but Ghorg pretty. Let's go.
Again, she opens up the gate, lets you in, closes the gate behind you. You've got takes any weapon you have with you. You've got basically the spider who is now looking quite agitated, kind of standing in the middle of the corral, very, very carefully eyeballing you.
Ghorg eyeballs the spider as well. And then I'm gonna cast grease, but I'm gonna make it look like Ghorg sneezing and then like throwing snot at it.
Okay.
Because he doesn't really want people to know what everything he can do, you know.
Okay.
So
No,
it's
pretty much only unless someone's stealthing again, which I didn't see. The only thing I can see is laptop, but cool. Go ahead.
So I'm assuming it's a dex save for the
Yeah.
spider.
Yep.
14 is the DC.
14.
Yes. Dex or reflex. I'm not sure which one they'll use. It doesn't tell me. I don't like these spells.
No. It's cool. Don't worry. I will put it in. Don't worry. Let me quickly get the spider's stats. You're not.
Miss you, stupid spider.
7. Did I put that in correctly? No, I didn't.
What the hell?
Nope. The spider sidesteps it and kind of starts circling around you like it does, and again starts clicking its mandibles together, and again seems to have got its confidence back. It kind of leaning forward and kind of slowly stalking towards you.
So again, I can go.
Yep.
Do the spider. I'm gonna snot at it again.
Go ahead. I'll
So-
do it again.
What the? Yeah.
And with that,
That's how you know dice hate you.
the spider stops stalking around you and makes a charge.
Yeah, that it's.
Mm-hmm. Please take 1 point damage and then give me a fortitude saving throw. Oh, I'll do the 1 damage. My bad. Well, you can do it on your side as well, but I'll keep track of it as well. Ghorg.
Brilliant. The bot's at it again.
Ouch. Aina. Please take, I'll add it as well. 1 strength damage as well.
Fun times.
And the spider kind of takes a few steps back after biting you on the arm, on the left arm. Kind of takes a few steps back again and kind of just watches you. You see that like 2 holes in your arm that are kind of partly dripping ooze and bleeding at the same time. What do you want to do?
Well,
It's a jumping
definitely not.
spider, by the way, in case you guys are wondering.
Yeah, well, definitely not the same shit, because apparently this bot will never fail a check. Not very happy with being bit. But Ghorg looks inside himself and decides to throw a fire ray at this thing. He's now pissed. He wants to kill it. Let's hope I can hit. Okay, so it's a +3.
Okay. That's a hit the cunt. Excuse me.
Well,
Ah, sorry. The spider kind of backs away as it kind of gets a bit of a singe on its back of its abdomen. It hisses at you and looks at you, and at that thing, Loptop comes storming in, then grabs you by the scruff of your neck and says, "That's not how we do this. That is not how we do it. You're never going to make friends this way," and kind of drags you out of there. Slams it closed again. You can kind of smell the sizzling, the smell of burning hair as kind of the spider has singed its back. And then that leaves Chuffy, according to me. She kind of points at Chuffy and goes, "Get in there, it's your turn."
are there any spider webs within 25 feet of me before she sits me down?
Nope.
Damn it.
It hasn't had a chance to make any webs yet.
Well, burn the place down.
How big is this medal? Will it be able to cover
not
a
a big-
birthmark?
Yeah, it's probably just the size of your birthmark. Literally pretty much that size.
So Mogmurch is gonna look for some kind of string or something, and then string that onto his forehead, just like a badge of honor on his forehead over his birthmark.
Cool, cool. So you're tucked in there. Chuffy, what do you want to do? Please, Chuffy, remember to check your special ability.
Special challenge talent.
That's the one.
Chuffy has a special talent that provides an unexpected boon while attempting to win lick-toad badges. His nasty, pus-filled sores make him extra sticky, granting him a +2 bonus on combat maneuver checks. Sorry, during the Animal Friendship Challenge.
Ah. So any rolls you make here, you make at a +2. Should you use your bag of pus, try and do something to try and help you here.
I take it this is the Animal Friendship Challenge.
Not to kill the spider, the animal friendship. Tie it up and make a pet of it.
He already has one, doesn't he?
He already has one, yeah. So he's done this before. That's a smaller one. It's kind of like a small, like size of his finger one, but yeah, he's got the kind of idea of how to do this. He's done this once before, just not something this big.
He has?
He has.
Alpha is quaking in his boots.
Chuffy has a pet spider. If you guys look at the picture, he's got a little pet spider tied to his belt. He does have a little pet spider as well. Which he left outside, obviously.
How would Chuffy have done that?
He just left his bait outside.
Okay. Chuffy is gonna kind of just look around, see the lasso. Then the part you're supposed to hold, he's gonna tie to his foot.
Okay.
Gonna take the actual lasso part in one hand and a fish in the other hand. Or fish head.
Okay.
He's gonna walk to the spider, or he's gonna walk toward, you can see the spider at this point, hey? Or
Of course, of course,
Okay.
yeah. It's kind of just sitting there, kind of using its back legs to try and scratch off its back where there's like a singed patch.
so he's gonna walk towards the spider, kind of like stumbling like a toddler would, and hold out the fish in one hand and the lasso in the other hand, and just be like, "Nah."
And the spider is still kind of confused, still kind of rattling wiping off its fur. Are you going to try and capture it with your mech?
Or he's just with that meh, he's kind of holding out, reaching out both hands, one with lasso and one with a fish head.
Give me a 1 die. Excuse me. Wrong, Chuffy. Give me a 1 die 20 plus 6 roll, please. As you kind of reach out, the spider backs away from you and kind of looks at you wearily, not wanting anything to do with your hand or your fish.
Okay, Chuffy's gonna try that just one more time, just kind of little bit wobble towards the spider and just go again like a meh, but like a little bit louder this time, with his arms
cool,
even
again.
further.
Give me the same roll again, please. As you do the spider, as you hold out the thing in the fish, the spider makes a lunge for the fish, and you pull the string tight, and boom, you have the spider. The spider kind of looks like totally dazed, like, what the hell just happened? What do you want to do?
Chuffy's gonna, with the hand that the lasso is in, just kind of lift it and do another meh, and then walk back to the entrance of that little pit or that little
Loptop's just going to be like,
top.
she's just standing there, like eyes wide open, like totally blown away and amazed by what you've just pulled off. She actually doesn't even open the gate, just stands there staring at you for a second and then kind of snaps out of it and just goes like, I have never seen anything like that in my life.
He's
You
gonna
spider friend.
he's gonna hold out the lasso to her again and just be like meh.
She's just going to open the gate and take the spider from, just like shake her head and kind of like dazedly pass you, just also a little, it's just like a little badge with the spider drawn on it, just pass it to you and just kind of look totally amazed at what just happened and kind of just undo the lasso, and the spider just scurries off into the village. And what she's going to do is she's going to look at you guys and go like, that was the first part. Next we go to village hut. And she points towards, let's go back to my PowerPoint. Let's try that again. That one, sorry, wrong one. And kind of points you towards where the meeting hall is. And starts walking towards the meeting hall, still like shaking her head like, dude, what the hell? As you guys kind of walk towards it, you notice that Kettlehead is sitting on one of the walkways between the two huts. If you guys look at the corral, you look down, there's like a walkway and there's a hut on the left and right. He's sitting there talking to an oldish looking goblin. They just like seem to be just chatting away. He just looks at you and smiles as you guys carry on with your thing. And Loptop kind of just keeps walking you towards the meeting hall. Does anyone want to do anything?
If I recognize the older goblin.
Give me a perception, please.
Also being very happy, so probably walking like the picture I sent. Whee!
Nope, not much. You don't really think about it. You've seen him around a bit. You can't quite remember where, but you have seen him, but you've never really interacted with him before.
It's not cackle face.
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Then Loptop kind of nudges you all in there. And as you get in there, you see there's a wooden floor, and there's 8 or 10 goblins just sitting around with anticipation, snickering and talking gently amongst each other. And then Loptop kind of looks and goes, "Now you entertain us. You do heavy beat. Show us what you made of." And as you say this, as she says this, you see Rempty kind of throw themselves onto the floor and roll around and knock their head quite hectically on the floor. And a few of the other goblins kind of just giggle, and Loptop just kind of shakes her head as he kind of like keeps rolling around. Colgate just kind of sits down and just looks at Renpy and just kind of shakes his head. What do you want to do?
Can we make this as elaborate as we would like?
You can make it as elaborate as you would like, of course. Again, please, guys, check your character sheets.
Mogmurch is going to walk up to the tallest thing he can find, like the highest up he can get. And then he's going to point at the medallion on his head and he's going to say, "Me make spider friend." And then he's going to throw one of his swamp gourds onto the ground so that there's fire underneath him. And he's going to leap over the fire and like spectacularly fall onto the ground close to the fire to try and be entertaining to the goblins who like fire, because
Okay. No, I like it. And this is your bonus thing, if I'm correct. Happy beat.
yeah.
Okay, do me a favor. Please roll. Mogmurch. 1 die 20 plus 4.
Is that just 1 die 20 plus 4?
1 die 20 plus 4, that's it.
And with landing on the ground, he does a few bounces as well.
Loptop nods her head, and the goblins kind of give a slow clap, and a few of them laugh. And one of them actually gives like a proper clap. Loptop kind of walks across to you and gives you a badge with a smile on it. A really badly painted, like smiley face, like a smile on it. Anyone else want to do anything?
I just want to. How far am I away from Remty?
A foot or two away.
Okay. Well, I tell Remty that I hear she's been bullying one of my friends. And I'd like to challenge her. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and I want to do it as entertaining as possible. Let's see. Can I? How big is Remty with regards to my size? Are we the same size?
Roughly the same size. Yes.
How much can a goblin pick up?
Quite a bit.
Is it? Can I spin it like a plate? You know, in the circus?
Wow.
Can I spin it like a plate, but using my what's it? My
Club.
my club. Yeah. Can I try?
Roll me a die 20.
Okay, and
Please.
then plus, what about my circumstance bonus?
Plus 2. Yeah. Sorry. I was just looking at what that was. +2. I was just checking that. Sorry. Yes. 1 die 20 +2. I was just checking that. Thank you.
On, you can do this. Luckies.
You try, and as you're trying to spin it, so Empty falls over, and you fall over, and the club kind of falls between you, almost hitting you on the head. Loptop just kind of shakes her head, and the other goblins just kind of look at you and just shake their heads. Does anyone else want to try something?
Okay, so then I think I'm gonna just use Remti as the club. Grab her by her ankles.
Again, roll me a die 20 +2, please.
There's another alpha inspired.
Alpha maneuver.
And then I will bang it to the beat of we will rock you.
As you kind of roll that out, pull it down, and start beating and thing, obviously Remti's like screaming. And what'll happen then basically is they'll get a slight cap. Loptop will actually giggle a little bit. The other goblins will start laughing. And at that same time, as you're busy doing that, excuse me, Colgate will get up and basically just run straight at you. And tackle you, that you all fall into the ground in a big mumble. You're just like rolling around on the ground. And as you're rolling, kind of Loptop will walk across and just put a foot on you, stop you from rolling, and like pass you down a badge with a smiley face on it.
Yay!
Whoops. Does anyone else want to try anything? Rita.
I'll try something. I would like to take also shampoo goblin Remti.
Remti?
Yes, I would like to take her and just kind of lead her to the middle and make like a bit of a flashy show, more with like your hands, like like your like a magician's assistant is like showing off the box and whatever to Remti. And then I'm going to point at the obvious what is it damage that has been caused to her, like the bumps
The
and
bruises
bruises.
and bruises, yeah.
Yes, and then I'll cast Cure Light Wounds.
Okay, so I'll take it off your thing. As you kind of cure them. At that, the other goblins are not impressed. They'll kind of start booing and throwing mud at you. And Loptop kind of just shakes their head and goes, I had hope. I had hope. I had hope. I had hope. And you're down one spell, which I've added to your thing as well.
Okay, this is.
Hmm?
I'm going to take I'm going to like point at them and be like, no, wait. So that once these damages and things have been healed, I'm then going to take my club and inflict new damage.
Roll at Poog.
Yes.
Roll me a Die 20 plus 1, please. Nope, you kind of swing and miss, and yep. And Remti just kind of bursts out laughing at you and kind of backs away slowly, and Poog kind of also just kind of steps in front of Remti, just both giggling at you. Ghorg, would you like to try something?
Mogmurch is going to add the other medallion or badge to his headband.
Okay.
Very proud.
Okay, so are any of these other idiots that were in here before we came in here drinking alcohol?
Nope. Just sitting around
Oh,
watching.
they suck. There goes plan number 1. So plan number 2 is Ghorg performing his song.
Mm-hmm.
I see my performance is a +3 or my charisma is +3, and
Mhm.
then casting flare in someone's face. Let's take Remti. Keep picking on her.
Wow. Really nailing on. Yeah, please roll me a die 20 plus 3.
Oh, what the hell?
Wow!